Hello mga friends! Grabe! Kamusta ka, friend? Kamusta ka?
Kam Kamusta ka, friend? Hi there! Kamusta po kayong lahat? At
Uy, di tayo
nakatema pa
nag-usap.
tayo.
Oo nga no? So
Right.
it's nice to be with you again. It's Monday
Yeah.
and pag dumarating talaga Monday, excited ako. Uh, there's a lot of reasons dahil sa, of course, makakasama kita. Second is ang topic na pag-uusapan. And third is laging well celebrated because of the topic na ginagawa natin and the guest, di ba?
Right. Hello po sa inyo lahat, mga ka-friend kay FI Ka-Global. Kamusta po kayong lahat diyan? And indeed, tama po si Orly. At ako'y nawala sa camera.
Hindi, okay lang. Nakikita kita.
Dito pa rin ako.
Oo.
Right,
Sige.
okay. So I'm having a little technical difficulty. But then again, tulad po ng sabi ni Orly, magiging makabulong po yung ating magiging talakayan sa araw na ito. At ang pag-uusapan po natin ay practical tips on career advice. Yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Mga tungkol naman tayo sa karera sa buhay.
Oh, and we're lucky for this episode because we have a very special person who is really the right person to discuss the topic that we have tonight. But before we introduce, kamusta ang iyong nakaraang week?
It's always been busy.
Diba?
It's
Kahit
always
working
busy
home.
because I am obviously working from home, which is
Oo.
fit for our topic today. Working from home, how to be productive. So napaka busy. Alam mo naman pag nanay ka na and you're working mom, so your
So you
time is
will say
always consumed.
you can say that this arrangement that it's set up is an advantage on your part.
It works for me well, but the problem is that as good as it sounds, working from home, you manage your own time, you get to spend your time with your family and all. No managers and bosses hovering over your shoulders, right? But then
Correct.
again, it's not all rose-colored glasses. It's not all unicorns and rainbows. May mga
I
hurdles, may
love that
mga challenges
unicorns and
there.
rainbows.
Yeah, I actually read it from somewhere.
Kaya nga
Yeah,
ako
true.
rin.
Working
Nabasa ko rin.
working from home, working from home, there are challenges attached to it. Hindi siya ganun kadali. Akala mo, usually, ang mga managers, or not all, but some managers would think that when you are working from home, nako, ang empleyado ko or yung staff ko, maybe he or she is slacking off, Baka hindi matapos ang trabaho kasi walang nagmamonitor sa kanya, hindi siya nakikita and all. But the truth of the matter is, mas marami ang na-overworked na employees at staff when they are
Correct.
working from home. And
And
that is the reality.
it doesn't show on your part that you are always at home because ano ka pa rin, fit ka pa rin, no? You're in good shape. Wa-
I
Di
try
ba?
to. I try to. Kaya nga pag-uusapan natin early kung ano
So,
yung pwede mong gawin to protect and ensure that your well-being, your collective well-being is taken good care of while you're working from home, while you are still within the bounds of your the disturbances of the families and all, pero may trabaho kang inaasikaso. So how do you actually protect your well-being while working from home?
and I'm so excited and I can't help to introduce our special guest. She is a global Filipino achiever whose notable achievements in the field of social and community service through hospitality and human resource and has been recognized far and wide in a modern day hero based in Dubai, a distinguished icon of womanhood, a trailblazing lady of charity, community patroness, and a world-class hotelier. At ang dami sa dami ng mga achievements, accomplishments, at pagpapakilala para sa kanya, iisa-isahin natin yan. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege lagi to introduce this person, Ma'am Vagelyn Tumbaga-Pacio. Okay, let's talk about the last name later
Hello,
on.
Ma'am Val, Ma'am
Hello.
Vageline.
Good evening, everyone.
Uh,
Okay.
what an experience to be with you on our program, Kamusta Ka Friend. Maraming salamat po for gracing the show. Thank you for offering your time for us, for our live viewers.
Wala akong magagawa, si Orling nag-invite eh. May option ba ako?
The last,
Do I have an option?
No, ma'am. Actually, we need your expertise. Mga ka-friend, mga ka-global, ka-FI, Ma'am Vagelyn happens to be the HR director of one of the hotel chains here in the Gulf, and that is the Dusit Thani. And we are so privileged dahil kasama po natin siya. Makakakuha po tayo ng mga a thing or two or more about how do we further our career ngayon na may pandemic. Ngayon na naka-lockdown tayo, ngayon na meron tayong quarantine, how do we go for that dream of ours to further our career? Yon, pag-usapan po natin yan, Ma'am Vaj. Pero, Ma'am Vaj, kamusta po kayo?
As you can see, ma-beauty.
Worse.
Where's your
Just kidding. No, thanks God, glory to God, we are all safe and healthy. So that's the most important thing at this point of time. Being healthy, being safe, that's all we need right now. So thanks God. Yeah.
Right. So, Ma'am Vaj, let's hit it off. Let's hit the road. The pandemic that we have at the moment, it has turned the world upside down. So the new normal po natin ngayon, people, more than half of the world, more than half of the working force around the world, they're actually working remotely from the office. So this is the new normal. Kaya lang ang dami pong problema, ang dami pong challenges na nakaakibat sa working from home. Meron po ba kayong po pwedeng insights na may share po sa amin? Well, from the perspective of human resources.
See, working from home, it really we need to take a lot of consideration. So it depends on the personalities of the person. It depends on the lifestyle and the type of work that we do. So, for example, for me, honestly, I cannot work at home. Pag nasa bahay, siguro ako nasa kusina ako. I cannot work at home. And especially me, I'm a hotelier. I'm in a hospitality industry. So our business, our industry is on the delivering personalized service. So hindi pwedeng gawin sa bahay yung ginagawa namin dito sa hotel. So it's really very difficult, especially I'm an extrovert, so I cannot really be isolated. If I will be alone, I will be lonely, and it's so difficult for me. So it really depends on the type of personality of the person and yung lifestyle. And working at home, it's really very difficult also, especially sa mga bago sa working at home, because you don't know when to work, where to work, how to create boundaries between work and personal life. And you have to take a lot of considerations also about your office equipment. How is your career development working at home? And how do you build your relationship with your colleagues when you're working at home? And how do you develop, what are the training opportunities for you when you are working at home? Hindi naman lahat ng training na pag-aaralan online. There are some trainings that you really need to do it and to be experience. So those are the things that we really need to consider when you are working at home. And as I've said earlier, these are based on the personalities of the person, lifestyle of a person, and the type of work that we do.
Right. Ma'am Vaj, yung unang-una mo pong sinabi kanina. Oh, by the way, before I throw my second question po, Ma'am Vaj, sa mga ka-friend po natin out there, to all of our viewers, hello po sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat po sa pag-tune in. And we welcome any insights, any inputs, any questions po na meron po kayo tungkol sa karera ninyo na ngayon meron po tayong pandemic, at mga insights po ninyo or pieces of advice na po pwede po ninyong i-share sa ating lahat, sa lahat ng mga manonood po natin about working from home or remote jobs. Yan. So, Ma'am Vaj, nabanggit nyo kanina, which is, I think, ako mismo na-experience ko po yan eh, yung setting the boundaries eh. Nasa loob tayo ng loob ng bahay. So, it's basically home office. So hindi mo alam, kahit nasa isang corner ka na nagtatrabaho, napakahirap kasi mayat maya may lalapit sa'yo, Mommy, where is my hairpin? Mommy, where is my where's my bag? O hindi pa nakakapag-almusal and all. So ang hirap po iset yung boundary between being an employee, being a worker, or being a mother, for example, or being a father. So paano po natin isi-set yung boundaries?
Ang tips ko dyan, first of all, you have to set a designated workplace. So you have to separate space for yourself to work, that you can focus on the task without being distracted, and set up everything that you need for a normal day na parang nasa office ka. So that's the number one tip. Set up a designated workplace. Then you have to prepare everything that you need. The internet connection, the hardware, the software, access to your company network, your files, the important files, and most importantly, you have to get the knowledge of how to get an IT support. Kasi everything is online, everything is in the internet. And one tip din na napag-aralan ko, yung working from home, is you have to get dressed. So, magdamit ka ng gamit ng opisina kahit nasa bahay ka.
Getting dressed up.
Oo. Kasi changing into working clothes will help you mentally switch on productive work mode. So, kailangan mo i-distinguish yung home working and home life. So, get dressed. Yung nga, iba nga yung mga friends ko, sabi nila, naka-suit sila up pero naka-pajama down.
I have a question. So, during the start of this pandemic, na-experience mo yung work from home, of course, di ba? For a certain period of time that mayroon tayong lockdown. So, ano yung mga adjustment na nagawa mo since you are not always home base? Ika nga hindi mo na-experience yan naman, or kahit naman tayo, hindi naman tayo na-experience natin yung work from home. But what are these adjustments that you have applied to yourself?
Ay, kasi nakatira rin ako dito sa hotel eh. Kaya 24 hours
ng badge eh.
When she was
baba lang ako.
When she was mentioning about find conducive place for your work, etc., etc. Kasi nasa sa isip ko yung kind of venue na
I'm just kidding.
Majority of us here nakikiano lang, nakikiwala lang ng space. Hindi ko naman pwedeng sabihin. Okay. But paano yung yung adjustment mo as a gifted one, and yung nakikita mo naman yung kwento ng mga kakilala mo na medyo hirap sila.
Okay, importante lang talaga that you have to discipline. Number one talaga, discipline eh. Kasi katulad ko, pag nasa bahay ako, hindi talaga ako makakapag-work. Kasi gusto ko nasa kusina ako pag nasa bahay ako. Pero you have to discipline yourself. You must be focused on ano talaga yung task mo for the day. So it's very important to set a schedule and stick to it. Kaya kung anong ginawa mong schedule for that day, katulad din ng nasa opisina mo. So make a proper work-life balance then. So set the schedule, working day begins, working day ends, yung mga break times mo, dapat na i-schedule din yan. I'm sure maraming distraction kasi nandyan yung mga bata, nandyan ang Netflix, so talagang mahirap mong i-focus yung trabaho mo. Kaya I always say, make a designated workplace, yung walang distractions, na talagang parang yung setup mo nasa opisina ka, para yung mood mo nasa office talaga. And yun nga, sinasabi ko, dress up, para feeling mo talaga nag-work ka, naka-corporate attire ka kung sa corporate world ka nagtatrabaho. So talagang feel mo na nagtatrabaho ka sa opisina kahit nasa bahay ka.
Ma'am Vag and Orly, I'd like to share with you, I was watching this a video by Jonathan Yabut, and I love him. He's teaching a lot of things about career advancement as well. Mayroon siyang pinakita kasi na ganito nga, yung nagtuturo siya tungkol sa video conferencing, yan, mga online meetings, parang ganon, during pandemic, during lockdown. At may pinakita siyang picture ng isang newscaster o isang news person na ini-interview siya sa loob ng bahay. He was in suit and tie and
Yes.
all, pero walang trousers.
Yes.
So, ang nangyari,
I saw that
na-capture sa
also.
camera live on TV, nationwide. Alam mo yun, so, all in suit, with necktie, pero walang trousers, yun ang medyo nakakahiya kasi once it's online, it's forever online. So, mas maganda na talagang, I agree with you, Ma'am Badge, kailangan talaga all dress up tayo. Para pag pinatayo ni Orly, tayo
Kasi
challenge.
before kasi pinapatayo ko sila bago kami mag-start ng program kasi ang top lang ang nakikita natin. But that was the challenge that we did. So ngayon, ma'am,
Nakita kita kanina.
ako,
Nasa kama pa.
True enough, Ma'am Badge, Orly, I saw one post by a friend of mine on Facebook, and she's all dressed up. And she's even wearing high-heeled shoes na magtatrabaho lang naman siya working from home. And some people would say, wow, okay ka lang. But for me, that is the way to do it. Kailangan, you have to get the feel of actually working.
JC, may joke ako dyan May joke ako dyan. Pag doon na sa work, pag doon mga sinasabi mo complete attire, naka-dress, naka-heels, naka-postura, ay ibig sabihin daw nun, kumpleto yung sweldo at updated.
Ay, tama. Correct. At saka alam mo, Orly, ang kagandahan, from personal experience kasi, ang kaganda din noon, kapag ikaw ay all dressed up and all, when, kapag merong video conference na anytime, minsan, abrupt yan minsan urgent. So wala kang choice. You don't have time to put on makeup. You don't have time to dress up and all. Pero once you wake up in the morning, ready to work, all dressed up, all geared up, kahit nasa bahay ka lang, kahit anong oras ka tawagin, hindi ka mag-aalala. Ready ka kaagad.
Okay, that's good. So my next question ako, kay Ma'am Vag, since she's leader siya, meron siyang mga staff, no? What do you do to make sure that your staff are staying focused, committed, and happy working from home?
See, right now, we are doing lots of activities to engage them kahit nasa staff accommodation sila. Kasi they will be really bored. So right now, we have lots of activities like mayroon kaming tinatawag na Dusit Avengers against Corona War. So itong mga Dusit Avengers, talagang sila yung nagmo-monitor sa accommodation na security, safety, food. So talagang very interactive. So hindi sila naboboring doon. Meron kaming photography competition, meron kaming painting competition, para may ginagawa sila sa kwarto nila. So na-utilize nila yung mga skills nila while they are at home. And then hindi rin number one ang training kasi sa Dusit So we are giving them all the materials needed para continuously yung kanilang training program. So all levels mayroon silang training need. So kailangan maibigay lahat namin yung mga training modules sa kanila kahit nasa accommodation sila. And then we have lots of competitions also, like online competitions, kahit yung mga different product knowledge, quiz-bees, everything. So talagang may mga WhatsApp group din kami where we are doing all the competitions, interaction, posting on Facebook. So we make them engage. That's the most important thing.
May prizes po ba yun?
Of course.
Parang ang sarap magtrabaho with Sunny. May mga competition, parang may mga activities na pwedeng there are activities that the employees can engage in and will make them happy. At the same time, may mga prizes. Meron mga prizes yun, Ma'am Badge?
Oo naman.
Siyempre.
And then, see, that's the good thing also with yeah. See, that's the good thing in the hotel kasi they are being provided with accommodation, meals, transportation.
Correct.
So so they're very much comfortable.
Right. Ma'am Badge, I have another question. Usually po kasi, kapag ikaw ay working from home or if I am working from home, may mga tao talaga na workaholic eh. Alam mo, hindi talaga maiwasan na once they start something, they will not stop. The problem with the work is that it doesn't have any limitation. It never ends.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
tendencies are you work day in and day out. Marami akong kakilala. There was one time the other 2 weeks ago, an office mate of mine called me at nearly 10 o'clock in the evening. 10 o'clock, and I was like, I'm ready to go to sleep. Pero siya, she was still working on worksheets and her, she was still working basically. And I was like, what are you doing? And she said, I cannot do anything. I have to do this. And I'm like, at the back of my mind, yes, you have a choice. You have a choice to
Mhm.
set your time, to set your schedule, and know the boundaries between daytime and nighttime, between family time and work time. Ma'am, ano po yung po pwede mo pong ibigay na advice sa mga katulad po nila na workaholic, katulad ni Orly workaholic?
Inspired lang.
Inspired.
Yeah, actually, even HR work, it's 24 hours. Anytime yan na kailangan ka ng staff mo, nandyan ka. So, kasi 24 hours ang ano mo ang trabaho ng hotel Hindi, walang limit, kumbaga, from this time to this time. So, 24 hours ang hotel operation. So, you have to monitor all the staff as well, 24 hours. Kasi kung minsan may magkasakit, minsan kahit 3 o'clock ng madaling araw, pag may sinabing may sakit ang staff ko, tinatakbo ko sa ospital, pinupuntahan ko sa ospital. So, talagang nandoon yung passion at commitment mo Mahirap talagang tanggalin pag very passionate ka sa trabaho mo and very committed ka. Inuuna mo talaga yung kapakanan ng staff mo or ng trabaho mo bago yung sarili mo. So, mahirap na talagang tanggalin yan.
Yeah, which is really good from the perspective of an employee. Ma'am, kapag ang manager ko is always after my welfare, my well-being, checking out on me while I'm working from home or checking out kung ako ay may sakit, even bringing me to the hospital if I need to. That's amazing. You don't often see that from all managers. Kaya my point is, ma'am, kapag ikaw ay empleyado and you don't know the time boundaries, you don't limit yourself, you will end up being burnt out. Burnt out ka
Yeah.
kasi stressed out ka na sa trabaho mo, stressed out ka pa sa bahay and all, and you need to sleep at some point. You need to rest at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yun nga yung question.
what would you normally tell your staff when it comes to that thing?
Yeah, very important talaga yung ako talaga mayroon din akong daily task list. Yung pagising ko sa umaga, ano yung gagawin ko. So, ano oras ako papasok. So, it's very important to have a work-life balance talaga. And you have to know your limits, set boundaries. Hindi yung puro trabaho lang. So, when it's time to work, you work. If you have 8 hours working time, give your best in that 8 hours. Kasi hindi talaga matatapos yung trabaho mo kahit matumira ka pa dyan sa office mo 24 hours. There's still tomorrow. So you have to prioritize things. Kung ano yung mga dapat na matapos mo ngayong araw na to, tapusin mo. And then, if it cannot be really finished today, there's still tomorrow. But you have to live your life before life leaves you, sabi ka nga nila. So, kailangan mo talagang mag-exercise, yung mga ganon. So, ako, after work, talaga nagzuzumba ako. And sa umaga, 6:30, talagang tumatakbo ako sa labas for 1 hour at least. And during the lockdown nga, hirap ako niyan. So, doon ako sa hagdan umaakyat, baba. So, instead of using the elevator, akyat baba ako kasi hindi ako pwedeng lumabas. So, doon ako sa exit staircase, umaakyat, bumababa doon. So, there's always a way na pwede mong gawin. Kung hindi ka man pwede pumunta sa park para tumakbo, pwede ka naman tumakbo sa hagdanan ninyo. So, find time also to socialize with other people. So, ako, ito isa sa mga secrets ko talaga I always find time to talk to people. Kung halimbawa, I want to talk to intellectual people. Kung gusto ko talagang ma-enhance yung knowledge ko, yung skills ko, I always wanted to talk to the smart people. Mga doctors natin dyan. Gusto kong kinakausap. Nung hindi pa nagla-lockdown talagang, I always talk to them So sa mga, halimbawa kung down ako spiritually, I need to talk to my brothers and sisters in Christ. So sila yung nag-a-uplift sa akin spiritually. So mayroon din akong mga friends na for socialization, wala kaming ibang ginawa kundi uminom, may joke, kundi magkwentuhan,
Parang guidance
sumayaw.
mo.
So ganun. So they are my friends when it comes to developing my social life. So mayroon din akong mga friends na nagde-develop sa akin na yun, spiritually, mentally. So it's very important na piliin mo yung mga taong makakasama mo na after your working hours, nandyan sila na makakausap mo depending on your need on that particular day or particular time.
Vag, how do you maintain the social connection now that we are on quarantine, now that we are on lockdown, although ngayon medyo relax na yung lockdown natin, but still the same thing. It's not easy to socialize in person with your friends, lalo na there's a fear of second wave of the pandemic. Yung mga ganun ba, baka may second wave, may third wave pa. So we're trying to avoid that. So how do you do it? How do you socialize while on lockdown?
Meron kaming mga group chats sa Messenger, sa WhatsApp, sa mga ganitong pagkakataon. So, kaya hindi ako tumatanggi. At least nakakikita ko din ako ng magaganda at gwapo. Ganyan.
And we're so happy. We're happy to have you here, of course.
So, para maiba naman yung focus ko, hindi na lang maghapon magdamag na sa isang building, isang the same na tao mga nakikita mo. So, it's very important to communicate outside your office or outside your home.
Yeah, let's okay. So now that we can,
this juncture,
now that we have the
would like to say hi. Sorry.
Hi.
Go ahead, Orly. I want to say hi to our viewers, actually. I want to say hi to our viewers.
I will say that little opportunity that we are allowed now to go outside, no? Ano yung mga reasons, no? It should be essentials, they say, but ano yung mga reasons that you are now going out? Like, ikaw ba yung nag-grocery? Do you do the grocery and other stuff? So, papaano ginagawa ng awardee na 8 women of substance ang pag-grocery?
No, actually, every Saturday yan nagawain ko. So, magja-jogging muna ako from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. Kasi 9 o'clock magbubukas yung Carrefour sa Burjuman. So, ako yung unang papasok dyan.
Wow, ang haba ng jogging, ma'am. Haba, 6:37, 8, 9, 2 hours and a half.
Hindi naman dire-diretso yun. So, may meditation, may yoga, may exercise. And then after that, pupunta ako sa Carrefour, mag-grocery na ako. Gusto ko yung unang papasok sa sa shop kasi gusto ko hindi pa nagagalaw yung mga vegetables, yung mga fish.
Wala pa nakakahawak.
Bibilhin ko. Oo, ako yung unang hahawak sa lahat.
Hindi pa nahawakan.
Oo, so
Vagelyn, I'd like to go back to yung discussion mo kanina about yung if you intend to work like 8 hours and all, you have to complete it, prioritize your things para maging productive ako, for example, sa working from home. Pero may tanong ako, and I've been meaning to ask this the moment na sinabi ni Orly that you will be our guest, and I'm like, okay, I need to ask this. It's Ramadan. So we have Ramadan timings and we have been granted 6 hours.
Itatanong ko rin sa kanya.
We have been granted 6 hours of working time during normal working days. Ang tanong ko, paano 'yun? Paano maka-claim yung 6 hours mo working from home ka? And I can't even ask my boss. It's because it's too awkward to ask, boss, can I just work for 6 hours? It's because it's Ramadan naman. I'm working from home. How does that work?
See, that's the pros and cons of working from home. It's the flexibility. So talagang flexibility na if you can work longer, flexibility na you can work on a shorter time. So nasa sayo talaga yan So, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin, hindi ka naman nila minomonitor 24 hours kasi wala ka naman punch in and punch out dyan. So, it's just on work basis. Kung may gagawin kang trabaho, that you finish it on time, I think it doesn't matter naman kung ilang oras kang nagtatrabaho as long as you finish the work assigned to you on that particular day or time.
Which is exactly what I told my
Mm,
staff when we were talking about how do we manage, how do we accommodate the 6 hours Ramadan timing, Ramadan
mm,
hours, I should say. And I told her, I told my staff that, you know, for as long as you get your job done, it doesn't matter whether you work
mm,
like 3 hours a day or you work 5 hours or 6 hours a day. It
mhm.
doesn't really matter. Basta walang
Exactly.
mapipending at walang negative impact
Mm,
yung shorter number of hours na
mhm,
I
pinagtatrabahuan,
think basta
right?
passionate ka magtrabaho, basta
mhm,
passionate ka magtrabaho at gusto mo yung
mhm.
ginagawa mo, I think time isn't an
Yeah,
issue
yeah,
at
yeah,
all.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because you are not
Ma'am,
wasting time, eh. When you are working, you are not wasting your time. It's not a waste of time because the moment you work, you develop your skills, you gain knowledge. So it's
Oh
not
yeah.
really a waste of time. It's you always gain when you overwork yourself.
Saka,
exactly.
oo.
And at
Mhm.
this juncture, Orly, let's say hi to our live viewers. Hello po sa inyong lahat. And thank you for tuning in. And I would like to say hi to Gonzalo Monter. And Gonzalo Monter is saying, hello, Ma'am Vagelyn. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi,
And
hello.
sa
Okay.
ating mga live viewers, thank you for tuning in. And ma'am, gusto ko pa rin itanong yung paano nga ba? It's quite funny, but it's the reality. How would you claim for an overtime when you're working from home? I don't because I'm not entitled to it. It's funny, but you
Yeah,
get these
that's true.
questions, you know, like how do I claim overtime or can I claim overtime when I am working from home? Can I file for sick leave when I am
Yeah.
working from home? You know, this may sound funny, but they are a reality. So how do we
Mhm.
handle these things, ma'am?
See, sick leave, yan naman is standard law na yan eh. You cannot force yourself to work when you are
Work.
sick.
You're
So it's your right. Okay? And your overtime, you have to immediately set a rule between you and your management the moment you start working from home. So dapat mayroon kayong ground rules na dyan. So what time you will work and what time you will finish. Of course, they will not monitor you, but you have to tell your boss that you work extra hours and but see guys, during this COVID time, I think the most important thing right now is to understand each other, you know, like it's not the time. I think this is what I always tell to our employees as well. This is the time that we need to support and understand each other. The situation is not good for the business, nor not good for the employees. We cannot demand so much to the company also because it's crisis. There's no income, there's no business. And when the business is down, of course, we are also affected. So it's a matter of give and take. Let's support the management at this point of time. And when the business is good, those who supported you during this crisis you will get the benefit also in the near future. So I'm just giving them the best motivation and inspiration this time. That's the best thing that we can give to the employees. Let's tell them that this is not the right time to demand such like overtime, although it's your right, but motivate them and inspire them that today it's we're experiencing this crisis and we need your full support, we need your full cooperation, and those people who understand you, those people who support you at this time, make sure you support them also when the business is up.
Alam mo, Vaj, pag lahat po ng directors, lahat ng managers, lahat ng mga nakakataas ay ganyan ang mindsetting, ang sarap magtrabaho. Kasi laging laging welfare ng mga staff mo ang
Mm,
nauuna. And nung minsan nga po na ang boss ko ay when we were like, well, I'm always talking to my boss anyway. Pero when he sent out this email saying exactly the same thing, we were like starting off with the working from home. Na we understand it's difficult. It's a new normal thing, but we're in this
mm,
together. And from time to time, he asks about our welfare, kung kamusta na kami.
mm,
Napaka sarap ng pakiramdam kasi it makes me feel like being a staff, being an employee. It makes me feel like wow,
Mhm.
importante pala ako. Wow, meron
Yes,
pala
yes.
akong halaga sa kumpanya. May halaga pala ako sa boss ko. So, sa mga managers po out there, take it from Ma'am Vageline, and she's really good at this. She would not reach this pedestal in her career unless she isn't this good in managing her staff, right?
Right.
Siguro.
Kasi yung mga tinatanong mo kanina, JC, is paano yung mga tipong mag-extend ka ng oras, paano yung mga tipong ikaw ay magsi-sick leave, paano kung hindi ka naman sick or tinatamad ka lang, di ba? Yung mga ganong scenario that we are too lazy to get up from bed and start working,
May
especially
gano'n?
yung set up, di ba? But I think all of these things are depend on being disciplined. Yung disiplina mo sa sarili mo, di ba?
Mm,
So yun na yun, yung mga tipong kung may malasakit ka sa company that
mm,
you are having this kind of
mm,
difficulty, ikaw pa ba hindi ka pa ba magtatrabaho? Kasi kung hindi ka magtatrabaho, wala kang output, walang
mm.
ibabalik sa iyo na
Mm.
sweldo, di ba?
Kaya it's very important during this time na kausapin ang mga staff. Kasi hindi sila mentally prepared for these things. Marami silang mga expectations
Mm.
na na-failed. So kailangan talaga, kaya kami continuous yung virtual town hall namin, yung GM namin, kinakausap lahat ng staff. And we as management, we are always there to motivate them, to support them, to inspire them. Kasi ang kailangan nila ngayon, mga words of wisdoms, mga encouragements, mga motivation, inspiration, yan ang kailangan nila ngayon kasi wala talaga tayong pera. So business is not really there. So we really need to let them understand, let them be with you as a management. So at nakuha mo yung loob nila na uh, ako nga kung kahit I will work for free for the company. This is what, because my company is my bread and butter nung wala akong pagkain. So ngayon na walang may bibigay sa akin ng kumpanya, it's okay. I can even work for free. I even told that to my management. I am working for out of my passion. I'm not working for salary or money because I know when I don't have anything, the company is there to support me and give me what I want.
I
So
think diyan na
importante
pumapasok
yung
yung
i-set up natin.
I think diyan na po yung
Mm.
pumapasok yung tinatawag nating purpose in life, you know? You're
Yes,
just not
exactly.
working to earn money
That's
and to
one of the
feed yourself, but you
Mm.
are working because there is a purpose. Meron kang
Mm.
inaalaga ang prinsipyo sa sarili mo. You are there to help people, you
Exactly.
are there to help the company, not only to
Exactly.
earn money.
Exactly.
Yes, Oli?
Exactly. Mm.
You were
Kasi if
saying,
I
Oli?
may just analyze yung sinabi ni Ma'am Vaj na parang kahit to work for free. So others cannot do that. I myself cannot work for free because I'm renting, I'm paying my bills, etc., etc. This is where the work from the hotel comes in. Kasi the benefits that the hotel gives to their
Mm.
staff ay talagang napaka-blessed talaga. So
I
because
think
hotels, yes, go ahead.
I think early what Ma'am Vagelyn is trying to say is hindi lang yun, the way I understand it, Ma'am Vag, hindi lang yun I will work for free completely na o sige 1 month
Mm-mm.
akong walang sahod kasi at the end of the day we are still overseas Filipino workers, you know,
Yeah,
we
of
are
course,
still
of
trying
course.
to feed family, we still have bills to pay, pero ang ibig sabihin sa tingin ko ni Ma'am Vagelyn is that even if it's outside my normal working hours, sumobra na ako sa 6 hours Ramadan timing, for
Mm.
example, and I still have something to
Yeah, yeah.
finish,
Ngayon
hindi
ko
ako
rin,
hihinto.
ngayon ko rin kasi
Mhm.
napansin, and I know that for the fact that my daughter is a hotelier as well.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
Mhm.
naiinggit ako sa kanya kasi the benefits that the hotel, a hotel gives to to their staff, talagang napaka ganda. So
Hindi
ngayon,
ba extended sa family yon,
yun
Ma'am
na nga,
Valentin?
that's what I'm trying to oo. So ngayon,
Ah,
isa sa maganda because Ma'am Bad siya sa heart at ma-awarded ba
right.
siya, magiging true leader ba siya kung wala siyang
Mm.
talagang history ng kanyang workmanship, 'di ba? So that's another thing. Iba kasi din yung may puso ka sa trabaho mo, 'di ba?
Mm.
Right, right.
Iba yung
Hindi yung
mahal mo ang trabaho mo. Dumating sa point kasi na nung naghahanap ka ng trabaho, ito yung company na nagtiwala sa akin 'di ba?
Mm.
So
Exactly.
it's the payback time, ika nga.
Mm.
And it
Right.
happens right now.
Ngayon na kailangan ng company ng tulong natin, let's take the extra effort to help the company. But then again,
Mm.
I'd like to ask or reiterate siguro yung tinatawag natin na work and life balance. Yon, work-life balance. Kailangan meron pa rin ganun kasi baka yun, babalik na naman tayo doon sa wala nang boundary, talagang day in, day out nagtatrabaho kasi nag-close ka na ng laptop mo, nag-shutdown ka na ng laptop mo, maya ng konti, andun pa rin yung, kailangan ko pa rin i-check yung email, kailangan ko pa rin magtrabaho. Until it ends up, you end up like working the whole night. So I think we still have to maintain the work-life balance. Now, Ma'am Vaj, I have another question kasi parang it's quite difficult to measure the performance of one person, of an employee, especially that you don't get to see how he or she works. You know, so how meron po ba tayong KPI or yung key performance indicator or a way to measure kung nagagawa ba ng empleyado yung trabaho niya o hindi? Siya ba ay kwalipikado na i-promote o hindi? O siya ba ay kwalipikado na i-terminate o hindi? So hindi natin sila nakikita in person eh. How do we measure the performance?
Yeah, it's really very important to set the KPI kasi diyan mo mababase yung yung production ng empleyado. Everything naman it's based on the results. So it doesn't matter how you do it, but if you do it as what is expected from you or you even exceeded the expectation of your management, then everything is fine. And as they said, it's not how you do it, but it's what is the output, what is the product, what is the results of that action. So sometimes they said smart working is better than ano na yung quote na yun? Like
it's
may
like
mga tao kasi na nagagawa nila yung isang bagay na
smart
ano
working.
na basta yung katulad yung
hindi sapat na masipag ka. Hindi sapat na masipag ka.
Halimbawa, ako yung Yes. It doesn't matter yung gagawin mo yung isang bagay ng 10 oras kung si X na gawa niya ng isang oras and he did a better job than you who worked for 10 hours. So it's really very important yung nga sinasabi nga rin, sharpen the saw. Kasi when you sharpen your saw, you will cut more trees in a shorter period of time rather than you're cutting one tree for 10 years and you cut only one tree. So parang ganun eh. It's very important to show your production, your output, your result, and it doesn't matter how you do it.
Ma'am Vaj, talking about productivity po, to increase your productivity, I think we also need to consider prioritizing work. Paano po ba yon? Kasi maraming nagkakaroon ng dilemma po dyan. Ay, minsan ako po na-experience ko yan sa trabaho. Ano po ba ang dapat na unahin? Shall I go with the most difficult part muna ba? Or shall I do the easiest one muna? For you, what works for you, Ma'am Vagelyn?
Sa akin, I always, number one, yung deadline. So, lahat naman ng mga task natin, kung may inassign sa'yo, may mga deadline. So, unahin ko yung may deadline. And ako kasi gusto ko pag may inutos sa akin, ako yung unang nagsasubmit, even though sa corporate office, sa owners, so lahat ng hotels, kahit kabibigay pa lang yung task sa akin, gusto ko gawin agad. Kasi I always wanted to be the first one to submit any report. Number two, kailangan i-weigh ko kung how long does it takes para matapos yung trabaho na yon. So kung sa tingin ko, it takes time na gawin yon, so unahin ko muna yon. Na i-prioritize, magre-research ako, how to do the job, magtatawag ako ng mga tao, I will get another opinion also of other people or other experts para maayos yung pagkakagawa ng task na yon. So if it needs research, then I have to focus on that thing. Pero kung sa tingin ko naman yung kaya-kaya ko na gawin kahit walang research, kahit walang tinatawagan tao or tinatanong na tao, then I can do that. Maybe ilalas ko yan na gagawin. Kasi easy na lang yan eh. Hindi ko na kailangan pang mag-istorbo ng tao kahit gawin ko ng 10 o'clock ay 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So, it's a case-to-case basis. Para sa akin, always, inuuna ko yung my deadline, tapos isinusunod kong gawin yung mga kailangan ng madibdibang trabaho na talagang ibubuhos ko yung oras ko doon. So, ifo-focus ko muna yung bagay na yon. And then, those things that I think it can just go on a normal day-to-day basis, it will be my last priority.
Nice.
Ma'am, I don't know if this is out of line, but thank you for answering that question. Maybe my next question would be out of line, pero I'd be meaning to ask it as well. Paano po yun kung may mga instances you as an employee have been very, very productive? You've done everything within your power to do what needs to be done, and most of the time you go above and beyond of what's expected of you. Ang problema, yung nakakataas sa'yo o yung manager mo, siya po ang kumukuha ng credit, and you are kept in the dark of what's happening. It's because ayan na, kinuha na lahat niya ang credit. Ma'am, how can we handle that? How should we handle that? And it happens, really, to be honest, it does happen.
It happens. Di ba?
Yeah, it happens. It happened to me many times.
Ma'am, di ba ang sakit? Masakit kasi pinaghirapan mo, pinagtrabahuhan mo. Ikaw ang gumawa, nag-isip lahat-lahat, nagpakapuyat and all. Pinaglaban mo yung trabaho yun. Pero at the end of the day,
what do you do?
Hindi ikaw na-recognize.
Ako naman, ang ginagawa ko na lang such cases like that, I just motivate myself na hindi ko man nakuha yung credit ng pagkakagawa ng report na yon or ng acknowledgement sa magandang trabaho na yon. At least I learned something on that and how I did it. I'm sure I developed some skills, I learned some knowledge. Minomotivate ko na lang yung sarili ko na, hey, Vagelyn, it's okay, fine. Darating ka din sa time na yan na ikaw din ang mag-represent. So at least napag-aralan mo kung paano gawin yung bagay na yan. And then sooner or later malalaman din nila na ikaw yung gumawa nun. Kasi kung tatanungin nila yung halimbawa, binigay mo sa boss mo yun, tinanong siya, hindi niya alam kung paano niya explain. It's very obvious na hindi siya yung gumawa. So magtatanong din yung mga tao, lalabas din yung totoo na hindi siya yung gumawa nun. And mas gusto ko nga yung actually yung hindi ako yung nagsasabi ng success ko or yung achievement ko Mas gusto ko na nadi-discover nila yung nagawa ko na silent lang. Okay, mas i-admire ka pa actually ng boss mo. Actually, I think this is one of my not secret din siguro, yung sa trabaho, I work silently and let success up. Sorry?
The multiple awards that Ma'am Vag has acquired will just speak for herself and her workmanship.
Sa soldier B-medaled na si Ma'am Vagelyn, ang dami mong awards bilang as a woman of Asia, and not only that, as a director, as a person, basically ang dami mo na pong awards. Kaya lang, going back to that topic pa rin, ma'am, yung boss mo, kung halimbawa ganun siya, I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here, meaning not as a personal experience, pero I'm sure meron pong mga tayong manonood na na-experience yung ganito. Yeah,
never ever. Ako naman, never ever. Ako, I advise, ayoko yung parang pupuntahan mo yung tao, hey, hindi siya yung gumawa niyan, ako yung gumawa. Alam mo, parang
hindi mo po pwedeng approach ang boss. Hindi mo po pwedeng approach ang boss. Or is there a way to say it in a subtle way? Is there a way to say it professionally? Para, alam mo yun, i-confront ba ang boss mo?
See, sometimes, siguro kung one-on-one kayong dalawa, and then nalaman mo sa ibang tao na you credited all this, all the works. So pwede mong sabihin siguro sa boss mo naman na in a very nice way kung ano yung nangyari, about your presentation, for example, and then siguro konsensyahin muna lang. And then, na, na,
It
na,
happens most of the time. I can
oo,
relate
na,
yun. I
na,
can relate to that.
oo, paano mo present, ganyan. So, parang later on, marirealize din niya na concern ka sa trabaho mo, na may say ka sa trabaho mo, na hindi mo lang binigay sa kanya na siya na yung mag-represent. Kung hindi, pinoprotektahan mo rin yung trabaho mo na maayos ba yung pagkakapresent mo, naintindihan ba nila na yung mga nakasulat dyan, na-explain mo ba ng mabuti sa kanila. So, parang ano ang tawag doon yung hindi ka concerned sa kanya but concerned ka sa ginawa mo. Kung na-present ba niya ng maayos or mabuti. So parang kukonsensyahin mo siya in such a way na, oo nga, hindi malang kita na-acknowledge, ikaw gumawa, ikaw naghirap. So parang i-bring out mo siya sa ganyang situation. So
Reverse psychology.
I'm just trying to protect my work, myself, na yung purpose ng project na yun, purpose ng presentation na yun is na i-present mo ng mabuti, ng
Dapat
maayos
ma-serve
sa mga tao.
properly.
Or if you can
Ano
say,
ba-
you need my help, I can assist you, I can help you, I can come and present with you. Mga ganun ba, nakakahiya, mapapahiya siya sa
Professional.
sarili niya
I think
harap-harapan.
it's very, very professional. That's why, kaya ako po naging na HR director, napaka-professional ng approach mo po. Which I think leads us to the point of teamwork. Kasi you're just not
Yeah.
concerned about your own, but you're concerned about for the whole team. Kung anong impact nung iyong ginagawa. So kahit na nandoon yung medyo nakakainis ang boss kasi kinuha niya ang credit, pero deep within you, alam mo na meron ka nagawa na mabuti para sa team, para sa department, para sa company, basically at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Meron po bang may time pa ba tayo? I have one last question.
Sige,
May time pa tayo or not?
Sige, one last question and then we will acknowledge
Have you
more of Ma'am
experienced
Patch.
office? Okay. Have you ever experienced home office politics? Or how do we handle those
many
things?
times previously. Oo. Especially, alam nyo naman tayo, mga Asians, lalo na nung I was a general manager in Ras Al Khaimah. So, it's a 4-star hotel. And yung tipong probinsyana style, alam mo yun, yung galing ako ng probinsya, laking bundok ako. So, just imagine, wala akong nakikitang building, wala akong nakikitang hotel sa lugar ko. Pagdating ko dito sa Dubai, papasok ako sa isang 5-star hotel and magiging general manager ka. So, lahat ng kilay nakataas, lahat ng mga tao, wala akong experience. So, madaming mga chismis everywhere dyan. So, tinatanong kung paano ako naging GM, anong ginawa ko para maging GM, and Asian. So, lahat ng mga nagre-report sa akin na HOD, puro mga Europeans. So, madami talagang mga politics dyan na sisirain ka, they will pull you down, lahat siguro ng paninira gagawin sa likuran mo, sa harapan mo, ang nakangiti, pero sa likod mo sinasaksak ka, di ba?
Paano na-resolvehan ang lahat ng yun?
Ako naman kasi talagang hindi ako lumalaban ng harap-harap. I mean, lumalaban sa mga ganyan. Hindi ko talaga pinapatulan, tinatawanan ko lang talaga. I just work, I do my best, and I will kill them. Sabi nga ni Frank Sinatra, kill them with success. So the best way to revenge is to kill them with success. Ipakita mo lang na successful ka sa lahat ng ginagawa mo. And they will stop, they will die. On their own.
Kill them with success and your kindness.
So, that's how I always fight. I always fight on a positive way. Ipakita ko sa kanila kung anong kaya ko. Ipakita ko sila kung paano ako magiging successful. Papatunayan ko sa kanila na lahat ng sinasabi nila ay mali. Hindi ko sila lalaban, hindi ka magaling. Hindi ako magaling. Anong sinasabi mo yan? So, papatunayan ko sa kanila na magaling ako. Papatunayan ko sila na kahit GM ako, number 1 ang hotel ko. Papatunayan ko sila na wala akong experience, pero always 100% ang full ang hotel ko. If you can see that even in TripAdvisors before Acacia Hotel, when I was a general manager, it's the number 2 hotel in Ras Al Khaimah. And although may big brands doon. And always full ang hotel namin, 100% occupancy lagi yan. Ang mga parking ng ang mga
Wow.
sasakyan dati, hindi ka makahanap ng parking space. So nagtatanong sila kung paano na ma-manage ng Pilipina na general manager yan, napuno lagi ang hotel niya, 100% lagi ang hotel niya. Number 1 lagi ang hotel niya, and awarded as the most promising general manager in the Middle East during the Hotelier Middle East Award. So lahat ng mga naninira sa akin noon, nung sunod-sunod na ang award ng hotel, lahat sila tumaob, walang sinabi, itinikom ang bibig. So that's how you that's how you revenge. You revenge them with inspiration. You revenge them with motivation na ititigil nila yung kanilang paninira, kundi dapat sumuporta sila at ma-inspire sila sa ginagawa mo.
Okay.
Parang ganyan din yan sa love life, di ba?
Ayan, kaya lilihis na tayo sa totoo nating topic, no? Kasi pag-usapan muna natin sa natitirang oras, something personal, up close and personal. Diba? So, the question is, ano pa yung pangarap ng isang Vagelyn para sa kanyang sarili?
Actually, itong araw na to, very, malungkot ako ngayong araw na to kasi yung founder ng Dusit International namatay kagabi. And yung founder ng Dusit International na yon, si Tanpo yung Chanot Piyawi, she is my inspiration talaga. Kung bakit ako pumasok sa hotel, siya yung naging inspiration ko. Kasi siya, just to give a brief overview, nung itinayo niya ang Dusit Hotel, she was 28 years old and nag-aral siya sa Amerika. And during that time, may mga wars sa Thailand. Pero ang pangarap niya talaga, nung nag-stay siya sa Amerika, nag-stay siya sa different hotels, sabi niya, I will make one hotel which will be na Thai hotel siya, magdi-deliver ng Thai hospitality all over the world. So, yun ang una niyang ginawa. Pagbalik niya sa Thailand, umutang siya sa mga kaibigan niya, pinagtawanan siya, binura siya, na paano siya magtatayo ng isang hotel during wartime sa Thailand, and during isang babae, which is ang mga dominant doon, mga lalaki, ang mga babae nasa bahay lang, pero pinatunayan niya na magtatayo siya ng isang hotel na magdi-deliver ng Thai hospitality all over the world at makikilala ito, which is Dusit. And now, Dusit is very much more than thousands of 300 hotels worldwide, and more pa sa 15 hotels na magbubukas sa Pilipinas. So, parang yun ang gusto ko mangyari sa akin. I really wanted to have my own hotel brand, which will deliver Filipino hospitality all over the world. It's a Filipino brand. So, hopefully, very soon, it will be there na.
Reality.
God's name, amen.
Yeah.
Ano talaga?
We really hope that that dream of yours will be a reality, and I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, because she has been her greatest inspiration, and she wants to become like her, di ba? Nabasa ko yan sa yun ang status niya ngayon.
Right. Ma'am Vagelyn, we are almost near the end of the program. All good things come to an end, as they say. But then again, what is that one piece of
Wala ka, JC.
Ayun, ako pa lang nawawala. Ayun. What is that one piece of advice that you'd like to share with our viewers, assuming that they are employees? So maybe two pieces of advice. One, for the employees, and two, for the management, for the employer.
Actually, na-inspire ako sa isa, kay Sheikh Maktoum mula nung narinig ko sa kanya ito He always say, it's a risk not to take a risk. Kasi dati, sabi niya, ang Dubai, lagi nilang sinasabi sa kanya na wala siyang magagawa dito sa Dubai. Dahil ang Dubai, punong-puno ng sand, disyerto. So sabi niya, magpapatayo ako ng tallest building dito sa Dubai. Kahit dito sa disyerto na pinagtatawanan niyo na hindi ako makakapagpatayo ng Dubai. So lahat ng longest, biggest, tallest, ginawa niya dito para patunayan sa kanila na kaya niya. Lahat ng sinasabi nila, na hindi kayang gawin ng Dubai, nagawa ng Dubai. So he took all the risk. So that's why he said, if you will not take a risk, that is a risk. So
I
it's
shall
a
do
risk
it.
not to take a risk. Yeah, you have to go out of your comfort zone. So I think yan yung kulang sa ating mga Pilipino eh. We are always afraid to go out of our comfort zone. Kung saan tayo complacent, doon tayo. Kung saan tayo comfortable, doon tayo. Kung kontento na tayo sa 1,000 dirham na sahod, okay na ako dito. Dito na lang ako. I started with 1,000 dirham salary in Dubai. Ang first accommodation ko, 10 kami sa isang kwarto as a bed spacer. Pero sabi ko, gusto ko magkaroon ng sarili kong kwarto. Gusto ko magkaroon ng sarili kong apartment. Gusto ko magkaroon ng... So, I'm always hungry of success. You must always be hungry of success. You must never be, ever be contented. Kasi pag kontento ka na, that's your end eh. So, kailangan lagi kang may gusto. Lagi mong i-exceed yung expectations mo. So, that's my thing. And also, you need to level up. You know, you always need to develop yourself. Kailangan mong umattend ng mga trainings, ng mga seminars. Very important din na mag-join ka ng mga organizations. Kasi yung mga organization na yan, diyan ka for example, you are an HR professional, mag-join ka sa mga HR organizations. Kasi nandyan yung mga kakosa mo, mga HR lahat yan. So, makakuha ka ng ibang, makakakuha ka ng mga knowledge sa kanila. Kung kailangan mo ng trabaho, syempre, i-approach mo yung mga HR professionals, HR director. Dahil sila yung nasa linya mo. Kung engineer ka, hanapin mo yung mga organisasyon ng mga engineers dahil malaki ang maitutulong nila sa iyo how you develop your career. So and most important thing, what makes people successful is attitude. Okay, if you believe you'll succeed, you will. If you believe you'll succeed, you will. And if you think you will fail, you will. So it's very important na may positive attitude tayo lagi. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So,
And
ang
as a
ganda na
question.
sinabi ni Ma'am. Ang ganda
as
na
a
sinabi ni Ma'am
management
Vagelyn.
naman, as a management naman, I always say, may isang ang prinsipyo ko bilang isang HR professional eh. Kasi sa hotel, happy employees, happy guest. So even guest or client. So the most important thing is you take care of your people and they will take care of your business. So number one na priority mo lagi as a management is how to make your employees happy, how to take care of your people. Dahil pag inaalagaan mo sila, kahit magpakamatay sila para sa'yo, gagawin nila. You know? So that's the only key for a successful business. Take care of your people and they will take care of your business.
Nice.
Ma'am
Okay.
Val,
So
for you, alam mo, I am reading this book. I don't know if you can see it, but it summarizes yung
Companies
sinabi ni
don't
Ma'am Vagelyn, it's a summary of everything that's in here. You're one amazing woman, Ma'am Vagelyn. You could actually write a book.
Mag-author ng book.
No, I'm reading this and it's just amazing kasi lahat ng sinabi ni Ma'am Vagelyn, you'll find it here. Management, take care of your people and the people will take care of your company. Right? Amazing.
Experience.
My
question is your life story has been featured in ABS-CBN's Maalaala Mo Kaya. Now, if you will be given a chance again to feature your life right now, ano sa palagay mo ang gulo ng kwento? Love story?
ang gulo.
Siyempre, love story. Kasi kung napanood mo yung, diba, JC, I don't know if JC had a chance to watch it. Kasi yun ang mga downfalls, the story of trials, etc. Siguro ngayon, diba? So, anong angulo ngayon? Kasi
love is sweeter the second time around.
We should all believe in love and we should all believe in second chances, right?
Exactly.
Second chances of life and second chances in love.
Kanino nag-advise sa management, sa company, on the personal side, yung mga long distance relationship, talaga pinipilit ko no? O, may oras pa tayo.
Take it away. Pasok mo na yan. Long distance relationship.
I was trying to tell JC this afternoon. Sabi ko, ang ganda ng topic. Ganyan. Sabi naman ni JC, siguro dapat gawin natin juicy. Ayun, nagkamali ako kasi I was not able to communicate with Counselor Pacio. Ayan. So paano mo mina-manage ang sarili mo that we are experiencing pandemic and talagang kasi previously maya ginagawa nilang Makati parang Batangas Manila ang Dubai.
See, alam mo, Orly, I always say distance is so little when love is too much.
Ayan
So,
na. Ayan.
Ang daming controversy
Part
ni Ma'am
tayo.
Badge.
Magpa-part
Yeah,
tayo.
ulit po yan, ma'am. Ma'am,
Distance.
pakita ulit po yan. Distance is what again?
Distance is too little when love is too much.
Right, I like that one.
Diba? Kasi ang daming mga kababayan natin ang hindi nila magawa na makipagkita ngayon sa kanilang mga, 'di ba, sa kanilang mga partners or so now that you are part of this, long distance relationship. Ito na yung pangwakas natin, no? Tips na lang para sa kanilang lahat.
Nako, I always believe naman na relationship, it doesn't matter naman kung magkasama kayo or hindi. Basta nasa close yung puso nyo sa isa't isa. And nandoon yung loyalty, faithfulness, trust, walang hindi mahirap. As I've said, distance is just
Little
distance is just ano ba yan? Layo lang yun sa isa't isa. Pero what's important is what is inside. It's what do you feel. Kung minsan pa nga, mas maganda pa nga yung hindi kayo laging nakikita, di ba? Para may laging suspense, di ba? May thrill. May spark, di ba? Para hindi kayo madaling magkasawaan. Ganon.
Kasi familiarity daw,
Oo. Mahirap yung lagi kayo nakikita.
Yeah, siguro nalungkot ang airline company kasi yung ticket na pina-purchase nila every now and then.
Oo, 3 kaya trips namin ang na-cancelled. 3 vacation namin ang na-cancelled last month. 3 trips.
Oh my God.
Okay. Don't worry po kasi naman yan no matter how bad the situation is, kahit alam natin na mataas pa rin ang figures, ang statistics ng COVID cases and active cases and number of deaths, this too shall pass. It will come to an end. It will come to an end. So, we'll just look.
Pa-isa pa na last.
Go ahead, Orly.
Ano masasabi niyo, ma'am, since it's related to being an OFW, a concerned citizen of the Philippines and a concerned leader para sa community. Ano ang take mo sa natin, sa hot issue natin sa PhilHealth niyan?
I think you're opening a can of Orly, you are opening a can of worms. And you know what? Ayan marami na magpapatukan lalo. PhilHealth, sige, pag-usapan natin ang PhilHealth. You ask for it. Let's do this.
Yeah, really, it's not, for us OFW, alam nyo naman na hindi na talaga man required sa atin. Kasi we are covered by our medical insurance provider here sa UAE, which is international coverage din. Kahit nasa Pilipinas ka o nandito ka, covered naman siya. So I really don't think of having it as a mandatory requirement. And kahit yung mga, halimbawa, yung asawa mo, nagtatrabaho din to, kailangan din ba siya magbigay ng 3%? Covered din siya ng medical insurance dito sa UAE. So there's no need for a mandatory requirement. Kung sabihin naman nila contribution as OFW, we have contributed so much to our country already. We have done so much for our country already. So hindi naman talaga dapat tayong gatasan nila para sa mga actually, nababasa ko yung mga luho ng president. Sabi niya na, contivirus. So, sila talaga yung virus. So, I don't think there's a really need for that mandatory 3%. We have done our share. We have done our part. It's too much already. It's a burden already.
What's your take on that, Orly? What's your take on the 3% mandatory PhilHealth
Eh,
contribution by
PhilHealth is
OFWs?
Ay,
great.
idagdag ko lang. Siguro kung yung 3% na yan, yung 3% na yan, gagawin parang yung pension ba, na pag-uwi mo, kukunin mo, makukuha mo yan as a benefit. Agree pa ako doon. Kasi at least may savings ka. Pupunta ka doon, uwi mo, may 3% kang, may 21,000 ka at the end of the year.
Hmm.
Mm.
Ayan. Maraming salamat kay George Bautista Maningding na naka-tune in sa atin ngayon. So for me, alam mo yung PhilHealth is an institution that might support us in our medical problem, but ang pagkakaano lang ang aking lang against sa kanila yun yung 3% na yun na pag-iisipin mo 3% lang naman, but nung kinumpute ko ang laki-laki pala, no? At saka yung interest meron pa. At saka yung nagbabago every sa susunod na taon. So, isa-isang katulad kung manggagawa na hindi kumikita ng malaki at kukuhanan mo pa ng part. So, I don't think that
Mm.
that is fair, di ba? So,
Mm.
ikaw,
And
JC,
not,
ikaw.
ako,
Ang laki-lalo na
JC,
mababawas sa'yo. Ang laki-lalo.
grabe siya ako.
Hello. Hello, JC. Ayun. So, ayan. Naghang na si JC. Okay, so maraming salamat, Ma'am Vagelyn Tumbaga-Pacio. Maraming salamat sa time.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Thank you din, most well.
much for time for the show and we appreciate it at hangad pa namin ng inyong tagumpay. Maraming
Thank
salamat.
you.
Okay. And JC, nasan ka na ngayon? Nasaan na ngayon si JC? Nawawala na si JC. So thank you very much po sa lahat ng mga kaibigan natin na naka-tune in sa atin ngayon at nakiisa sa ating napakagandang discussion, of course, with Ma'am Vagelyn Federico Pacio at nawala na si JC talaga. Ayun. Hello JC. Okay, so samahan nyo kami sa susunod na Lunes ulit at isa na namang episode ng inyong matutunghayan every 6 in the... Nandiyan ka na? Nandiyan ka na?
I am here.
Wala eh.
Ayan, nagpapaalam ka na tuloy. I wasn't able to answer the question about
Sige,
PhilHealth.
go
Okay,
ahead.
maybe I should answer that.
We need your words for that.
Right. Okay. I have two takes on that. So, mga kababayan, if you have just tuned in, we're actually discussing about how to improve or how to protect your collective well-being while working from home. Kasi marami pa rin sa mundo ang naka-lockdown, although tayo dito hindi na tayo naka-lockdown, marami pa rin mga workers across the globe across different time zones now working from home. So how do we become productive? How do we make sure that we are productive while working from home? So we were with Ma'am Vagelyn a while ago discussing this matter. Ngayon, tinatanong ako out of nowhere ni Orly about my take on the 3% PhilHealth mandatory contribution by OFWs. I have two takes on that. Kasi you can look at it from sabi nga you can zoom in and look at it from an OFW perspective, pero you have to zoom out as well for you to see the overall benefits of PhilHealth contribution. Ngayon ko ako yung tatanungin mo from the perspective na isang OFW, masyadong malaki ang 3%. I would love to contribute. I would love to be able to help the Philippine government, help the poor people, the poorest sector of the country. But then again, 3% is too big. Imagine if I am working, my husband is working, and say for example, may mga malalaki na akong anak, lahat kami nagtatrabaho, and all of us will be contributing 21,600 every year.
That's the savings of the family.
Halimbawa, 4 kami, times 4. Ano yun? Parang kasing mahal na siya ng plane ticket going back to the Philippines, the two-way ticket. So, you are going to be worrying about the expenses you will incur in the Philippines while vacationing. You will be worrying about the tickets that you're going to be paying for, and then here comes another
Burden.
contribution. So masyadong mabigat. Imagine I am working in the office, right? And with a decent salary. Eh paano naman yung mga maliliit lang ang sahod? Babawasan pa natin, 'di ba? I
Correct.
don't see ang PhilHealth contributions kasi it will benefit those yung mga matatanda na hindi na nila kayang alagaan yung sarili nila, not earning anymore, mga maliliit na hindi pa sila kumikita. So basically, it will benefit even us OFWs kasi at the end of the day, pag na-hospitalize ka, you can still claim, right? From
Yeah.
PhilHealth. Yeah,
Okay.
we will benefit. OFWs will benefit from it. The good thing
And we
about it
have
is that the good thing about it, Orly, if you contribute, tumutulong tayo sa mga taong nangangailangan. Alam mo yun, you're sharing your blessings to other people. But my second thoughts about that is that 3% is too big and then it's gonna increase every year. Yun ang
yeah.
hindi medyo makatarungan, lalo na nataon pa yan sa panahon na pandemic na tayo nga dito
Yeah.
sa ibang bansa umaasa at nakikipag-usap para sa AKAP yung AKAP na assistance para mula sa gobyerno. Itinaon pa tong PhilHealth 3% contribution. I think it's not the proper time to even discuss about it. You know,
You
so
are
but then
absolutely
again, I think
correct.
it's gonna be pulled out anyway, right? I think the president
We hope
has
so
already
kasi
ordered.
talagang magiging parusa para sa kapakanan ng OFW yan. And we just want to inform our audience na tinalakay, this is not the topic, but we just came across the issue now na talaga namang magkabila ang mga batikos, ang mga puna at ang mga talagang yung mga bukod pa yung mga tipong nag-iisip ng malayo na kagad, na-compute na kagad nila ang mababawa sa kanila. And we would like to
Well,
share this episode to, of course, Gonzalo Monter, to George Maningding, and Abdul Hamid Andon is watching us. Thank you very
of
much, Fred,
course.
again for this interesting episode na talagang marami akong natutunan, no, kay Ma'am Vagelyn at
Thank you.
yeah, yung concern sa
Thank
company,
you.
no? Yung concern sa company ang pinakamatindi ngayon.
Right.
Oo.
Thank you, Ma'am Vagelyn, for sharing your words of wisdom, for sharing your expertise when it comes to human resources. Maraming salamat po. And for everybody who is viewing this video, who is with us in this live streaming, you can share this video, like and share it so that it can reach out to more people. And who knows, maybe yung pagpapasahan mo ay kailangan niya ng mga insights, inputs na mapupulot na dito sa video natin.
And I would like, before we finally go, I'd like to inform everyone that we still accept registration enrollees ng Filipino Institute courses. You can visit our website at www.filipino-institute.com or visit our Facebook page, Filipino Institute. At talagang I can say that I'm still lucky because I belong to the Filipino Institute at talagang kahit pa paano, di ba, inakailangan tayo maging matatag. Like, I know that you are also happy sa company mo, JC, di ba? Kasi
Thankfully, I've been blessed to be part
na-mention
of
kanina, di ba? Na-mention talagang pinipilit nating unawain ang bawat isa, yung magkabilang panig ng sa pagiging empleyado, di ba? Akala natin medyo na tayo na nadidihado tayo, but kung pag-aaralan natin that the company has no business, like what Ma'am Vajidi told us a while ago, so magkakaintindihan tayo. Open communication lang ang take ko dito.
At the end of the day, what we are experiencing right now, even long after the pandemic, it's all about compassion and understanding. So if we have these principles, these life values practice in and outside the office, in and outside the workplaces, alam mo, life is gonna be easy and happy.
Okay, bye-bye everyone. God bless. See you again next Monday again sa isa na namang episode ng Kamusta Ka Friend?
Kamusta ka, friend?
Stay safe.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everyone. God bless you all.